At someone living their dream and wondered what their life was like before the world knew their name? Before the fame, before the money, before the stadiums filled with cheering fans, before millions of people wore his jersey, before he became one of the most famous footballers on earth. There was simply a young boy from Brazil with a dream that seemed far too big for his circumstances. This is where the story of Neymar begins. Long before the headlines, long before the trophies, long before the world called him a superstar, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. was born on February 5, 1992, in Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil. To many people, Brazil is the land of football, a place where children grow up kicking a ball before they can even understand the rules of the game. But for countless Brazilian families, life is not easy. Opportunities are limited, money is scarce, and dreams often have to compete with reality. Neymar's family understood that struggle all too well. His father, Neymar Santos Sr., had once dreamed of becoming a professional football player himself. He had talent, he had ambition, but circumstances prevented him from reaching the heights he imagined. Many people would have accepted that disappointment and moved on. But Neymar's father made a different decision. If he couldn't fulfill his own dream, he would do everything possible to help his son fulfill his. The family did not live a life of luxury. Far from it. There were times when money was tight, times when every expense mattered, times when uncertainty hovered over the future. But even during those difficult years, one thing remained constant: football. Wherever Neymar went, a football was never far away. The streets became his training ground. The neighborhood became his stadium. Every small space turned into an opportunity to play. Other children played for fun. Neymar played because football made him feel alive. Even at a young age, people began noticing something different about him. His speed, his creativity, his confidence, his ability to make difficult things look effortless. He wasn't the strongest child. He wasn't the tallest. But when the ball touched his feet, something special happened. Defenders struggled to stop him. Spectators stopped what they were doing to watch him play. Coaches started paying attention. And his father noticed something that would change their lives forever. The dream might actually be possible, but talent alone is never enough. For every gifted child, there are thousands of others with talent. The difference is often sacrifice. And sacrifice became a normal part of Neymar's life. His father dedicated countless hours to helping him improve. Training sessions became routine. Advice became constant. Lessons about discipline, effort, and focus were repeated over and over again. While many children spent their days without responsibility, Neymar was already carrying expectations. Not because anyone forced him to, but because everyone around him could see his potential. And potential creates pressure. As Neymar grew older, his reputation spread. Local coaches talked about him. Youth teams wanted him. People whispered that he could become something extraordinary. But with attention came difficult decisions. His family faced choices that could determine the course of his future. Opportunities began appearing. But opportunities often required sacrifice. Travel, time, money, risk. The family constantly balanced hope against uncertainty. There were no guarantees, no promises, no certainty that football would ever provide a better life. Still, they continued, because sometimes belief is stronger than fear. One of the biggest turning points came when Neymar joined the youth academy of Santos FC. For many young Brazilian players, Santos was more than just a football club. It was a place of history, a place associated with greatness, a place where legends had once played. Joining Santos was an incredible opportunity, but it was also a challenge. Suddenly, Neymar wasn't just competing against neighborhood kids. He was competing against some of the most talented young players in the country. Every training session became a test. Every match became an audition. Every mistake felt larger. Every success felt harder to achieve. Many young players struggle in environments like this. Some lose confidence. Some become overwhelmed. Some disappear entirely. Neymar did the opposite. The higher the level, the more determined he became. Coaches quickly realized they weren't looking at an ordinary prospect. They were looking at someone capable of changing games on his own. Yet life outside football remained far from perfect. The family still faced financial challenges. The future remained uncertain. And while people often imagined future superstars enjoying easy lives, the reality was very different. Nothing had been achieved yet. No contracts, no wealth, no international fame, only possibility. And possibility does not pay the bills. That uncertainty creates a unique kind of pressure. Imagine being a teenager. Imagine your family making sacrifices because they believe in you. Imagine knowing that people have invested their hopes in your future. Imagine feeling responsible for changing your family's life. Most teenagers never experience that burden. Neymar did. Every training session carried meaning. Every match carried meaning. Every opportunity mattered. Because failure wasn't just personal. Failure could affect everyone who believed in him. As the years passed, his talent continued to grow. The skills became sharper. The confidence became stronger. The performances became impossible to ignore. Scouts noticed. Journalists noticed. Football insiders noticed. And eventually, the entire country began hearing his name. But even then, the path wasn't easy. With attention came criticism. With praise came expectations. People began comparing him to legends. People started discussing whether he could become the next great Brazilian superstar. For a young player, those comparisons can be dangerous. They can create enormous pressure. Pressure that destroys careers. Pressure that overwhelms talent. Pressure that turns dreams into nightmares. Yet Neymar continued moving forward. Step by step. Match by match. Dream by dream. What nobody knew at the time was that the young boy kicking a ball through Brazilian streets was preparing to change his family's future forever. The struggles, the sacrifices, the uncertainty, the years of hard work, they were all leading towards something bigger. Something that would transform his life. Something that would turn a local football talent into a global phenomenon. But before the world saw the superstar, before the record-breaking transfers, before the Champions League nights, before the fame and fortune, there was still one challenge left. The challenge of proving that he belonged among the very best. And that challenge would soon change everything. The challenge of proving that he belonged among the very best would arrive sooner than anyone expected. By the time Neymar entered Santos' first team, people across Brazil were already talking about him. Some called him a future superstar. Others believed the hype was exaggerated. Football has seen countless young talents rise quickly and disappear just as fast. Many wondered whether Neymar would become another forgotten wonder kid, or something much bigger. The answer didn't take long. The moment he stepped onto the professional stage, it became obvious that he was different. There was a fearlessness about him, a confidence that couldn't be taught. Most young players enter professional football trying not to make mistakes. Neymar entered trying to create magic. He played with joy. He played with freedom. He played as though pressure didn't exist. Fans loved it. Defenders hated it. Every week, more people started paying attention. The goals came. The assists came. The highlights spread across television screens and the internet. Soon, football fans who had never heard his name before were searching for clips of the young Brazilian sensation. The streets that once served as his playground had helped create a footballer unlike anyone else. His style was unpredictable, creative, entertaining. Every touch felt like it carried the possibility of something special. And for Brazil, a nation obsessed with football, Neymar represented hope. The country had always loved players who combined skill with imagination. Players who could make fans jump out of their seats. Players who could transform football into art. Neymar seemed destined to become the next one. As his reputation grew, so did the expectations. Journalists began comparing him to Brazilian legends. Former players discussed his potential. Supporters dreamed about what he might become. But expectations are a double-edged sword. The higher people lift you, the harder they expect you to fly. And Neymar was still incredibly young. Yet week after week, he delivered. In 2011, he helped Santos achieve something special. The club won the Copa Libertadores, South America's most prestigious club competition. For Santos supporters, it was a historic moment. For Neymar, it was proof that he could shine on the biggest stages. The boy who once played football in the streets was now lifting major trophies. But something else was happening behind the scenes. Europe was watching. The biggest clubs in the world had noticed. Scouts filled stadiums whenever Santos played. Executives studied his performances. Reports circulated constantly. Could he become the next global superstar? Was he ready for Europe? Would he succeed against the world's best players? The interest became impossible to ignore. Some of football's biggest clubs wanted him. And whenever one of those clubs showed interest, headlines followed. Rumors appeared everywhere. Speculation became constant. The football world knew it was only a matter of time. Eventually, the announcement arrived. Neymar was joining Barcelona, one of the most famous football clubs in history. For many players, this would have been the ultimate dream. For Neymar, it was the beginning of an entirely new challenge. Because being a superstar in Brazil is one thing. Proving yourself in Europe is another. The moment he arrived in Spain, everything changed. The spotlight became brighter. The pressure became heavier. The expectations became enormous. Every training session was scrutinized. Every performance was analyzed. Every mistake became a headline. And waiting for him were some of the greatest players on earth, including Lionel Messi. Many young players would have been intimidated. Many would have struggled to adapt. But Neymar understood something important. Greatness requires courage. He wasn't joining Barcelona to be comfortable. He was joining to grow. The first months were not easy. Adjusting to a new country, a new culture, a new league, a new level of competition. Everything demanded patience. Yet slowly, Neymar began finding his rhythm. The goals returned. The confidence returned. The magic returned. And then something remarkable happened. A partnership began forming. One that football fans would remember for years. Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Neymar. 3 world-class attackers. 3 different personalities. 1 unstoppable force. The trio became known around the world. Defenses struggled to contain them. Fans filled stadiums hoping to witness their brilliance. Together, they produced moments that seemed impossible. Goals, trophies, memories. Night after night, season after season, the world watched in amazement. And Neymar was no longer viewed as a promising young player. He had become a global superstar. The dreams of his childhood were becoming reality. The family that once worried about money now watched their son become one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. The sacrifices had been worth it. The struggles had meant something. Everything appeared perfect. But success often creates new challenges. As Neymar's reputation grew, so did the desire to step out of someone else's shadow. No matter how brilliant he played, there was one reality he couldn't escape. At Barcelona, Lionel Messi was the face of the club. Messi was the icon. Messi was the legend. Messi was the player around whom everything revolved. And while Neymar respected him deeply, he also had his own ambitions. He wanted to build his own legacy. He wanted to lead. He wanted to discover how far he could go on his own. That desire would eventually lead to one of the most shocking decisions in football history. In 2017, Neymar made a move that stunned the world. He left Barcelona and joined Paris Saint-Germain. The transfer shattered records. The fee was unlike anything football had ever seen. Suddenly, Neymar wasn't just a superstar. He was the most expensive football player in history. The move divided opinion. Some people praised his courage. Others criticized his decision. Some believed he was chasing greatness. Others believed he was chasing money. Everyone had an opinion. But only Neymar truly understood the weight of the decision, because with the transfer came something enormous: responsibility. At Barcelona, he had shared the spotlight. At Paris, he became the spotlight. Every success would be credited to him. Every failure would be blamed on him. The pressure was unlike anything he had experienced before. And yet, this was exactly what he wanted. The opportunity to prove he could lead. The opportunity to create his own story. The opportunity to become more than just part of a great team. The football world watched closely. Could Neymar justify the biggest transfer in history? Could he carry a club toward European glory? Could he fulfill the expectations placed upon him? For a while, the answer seemed clear. His performances were brilliant. His numbers were extraordinary. His talent remained undeniable. But destiny had other plans. Because just as Neymar reached the peak of his powers, a new challenge was waiting. One that couldn't be beaten with skill. One that couldn't be dribbled past. One that would test him more than any defender ever could. Injuries, criticism, heartbreak, and the crushing weight of an entire nation's expectations. The next chapter of Neymar's life would prove that becoming successful is difficult, but staying successful can be even harder.